Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to talk about my absurdly large December TBR. Basically, it's the end of the year. There are a bunch of series I've already started, a bunch of Christmas books that I really want to read. And actually, there were also a lot of rereads that I still wanted to finish because I started rereading a bunch of series that I already abandoned that goal. I'm just gonna not do a whole lot of rereading in December as much as I would want to. I think I'm just gonna prioritize these books. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about my rereads at a different time. But yeah, basically this video will consist of the Christmas novels I really want to read and the series I really want to finish. So let's actually start with my priorities. Okay, so my first priority is to finish Manacled. So my plan was to actually read Manacled in November, but because of the Goodreads Choice video that I'm doing, I am definitely prioritizing those books. So I'm not going to be able to finish Manacled in November. So the plan is to finish it as soon as I can in December. I'm really enjoying it, but it is very long. And since it's a fan fiction and I have it on ebook, I don't know. I just like it's kind of messing me up that I don't know how long it's gonna take me and how many pages are left. But I did order a physical copy, which hopefully will arrive within the next couple of days. So hopefully that will prompt me to actually finish it. But yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm at a part that I've been very much looking forward to. So very excited. Then I really need to finish my Crescent City. So this is going to be my reread for Crescent City. Obviously, the third book in this series, House of Flame and Shadow, I think. Yeah, House of Flame and Shadow is going to come out at the end of January. So my plan was actually to reread this in November, read House of Sky and Breath for the first time in December so that I'm all caught up. But obviously, that also didn't happen. So yeah, I'm just gonna read House of Sky and Breath in January. I have to be fine with that. So this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be rereading House of Earth and Blood. Very excited about it. But it is a little bit daunting because I know a big chunk of this is world building, which was fine the first time around. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it as a reread. But I do own it on ebook and I usually tend to get through those a little bit faster than when I'm reading physically. And then just because I am sick of putting these in a TBR, these two are definitely priorities for me. I've been meaning to read the King of Scars duology since the beginning of this year, and I really don't want to go into 2024 never having read these. So I actually did a reread of the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology last year, so that I was all caught up for these two. And yet I still have not read them. But I like these are definitely priorities for me in December. I need to start and finish this duology. Now for the Christmas novels. So I'm planning on doing an entire week of just reading Christmas novels. And I'm going to be spinning a TBR wheel for that. So I'm going to be vlogging the experience, obviously. So definitely look out for that. But these are definitely on my list. Only one is definitely a priority. This one I definitely want to read. The other ones I'm just going to spin the wheel for. So the one that is a priority is 'Tis the Season for Revenge. This one I just heard so many good things about last year. I know a lot of people really love this book. This is a ex-boyfriend's boss book and like a revenge type story. And it just sounds so good. And like I said, a lot of people really have loved it. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. The other ones, like I said, they're gonna be based on whether or not I'm gonna spin them in my wheel. So I'm not gonna go through synopses of these. I guess I will leave the Goodreads links in the description, so if you really wanna know what these books are about, you can check that out. The first one is A Festive Feud, and this I believe is the only one that is a new release. This one came out in November of this year. Then I really want to get to 10 Blind Dates. So this one has been on my shelves for a while now. This is the only young adult book. And either I want to read it or unhaul it, but I guess the TBR will decide for me. This I believe takes place around the holidays and it's a girl whose family sets her up with 10 blind dates. Then I really want to get to Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This has been on my shelves for a while now. And a lot of people really love this book. The Stocking Was Hung, which is a reread for me, but I really want to finish this series. And I remember reading it for the first time. It was so festive, so this one will really get me in the festive mood. The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score is one I really want to get to. I recently read my first Lucy Score, and I did enjoy her writing. The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. I've been meaning to read a Chloe Lees for a while now, and this one has a lot of good reviews. Trick Shot. Oh yeah, this is also a new release, I forgot. And this is an MMF by Kayla Gross. So yeah, I love reading about MMF. Set the Record Straight by Hannah Bonham Young. Once again, an author that I've been meaning to read. Her books have been pretty popular, especially last year. And this is a female-female relationship or a female-female love story. The Christmas Blanket by Candy Steiner. Once again, an author that I have never read from. This is a novella, I believe. I already own this one on ebook. When She Was Naughty by Tessa Dare. I read a Tessa Dare Christmas novella in the How the Duke Stole Christmas anthology, which I really enjoyed. I really love that book. By the way, that is another one I really want to read. That is also going to be a reread for me. This has been one of my favorite Christmas novels ever. I really enjoyed it when I read it 2 years ago, so I've been meaning to reread it, so I also put it as a contender. So yeah, another Tessa Dare. I love Tessa Dare, and I want to read every book she's ever written. As the Sun is coming out. Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert. Once again, an author I really love, and I really want to read all of her backlist. Ho Ho Ho, which I believe is just a smutty Christmas novella. It's by Rosie Adams, and I believe, I don't remember if I've read Rosie Adams, but I do know that she's a very beloved novella author. And this is really short, it's only 55 pages. Some Winter's Evening by Erin Langston. Erin Langston has been pretty popular with the YouTubers I follow. I know her book, Forever Your Rogue, was very beloved. And I do have to say, you'll see a couple of historical romances in here. I love reading historical romances during the winter time, during the fall time. It just makes me so happy. My Present This Year by Ciara Simone. This is another very short novella, and I believe it's also free. And I believe it's about step siblings. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous, but I really want to read it. Holiday Romance. Once again, one that was pretty popular last year. I know a lot of people that have read it really seem to love it. This is a friends to lovers, and they meet each other on a plane every year when they go to Ireland. That is how they become friends, and I believe it spans years, which makes for a very believable romance in my opinion. And then Miracle on Ladies Mile is another historical romance. Once again, I believe Joanna Shupe was also part of the How the Duke Stole Christmas, and I did also really enjoy her novella. So yeah, once again, a novella. So my plan is to read 7, holiday books in 7 days. With the amount of novellas that are a part of this list, I believe hopefully I'll get to more than 7, but we'll see. Definitely let me know which one of these you have read and which one of these you have loved, because that will definitely determine, I don't know, maybe if I get sick of the wheel, I'll pick some books out myself. Now for the series I need to finish. So basically my goal was to end up with 30 open series by the end of the year. I already know that is going to be an impossible task. So now my goal is just to read as many series as I can. So basically my priorities are going to be the series where I only have 1 book left. So that is just going to be an easy way for me to finish off series. And then there's going to be a couple where I have more than 1, and I'm going to just list them and I'll see which one of them. Maybe I'll also do like a random generator for what is going to be my priority after I finish the series where I only have 1 left. And maybe I'll only read the ones where there's only 1 left, and that's going to be the end of the month, because at the end of the month, like the last week, I don't think I can do a whole lot of reading because I have family visiting the whole week, and so some of them I haven't seen in years, so I do want to really just take my time and be with my family. Also, it's going to be a lot of content that I have to film in December, because obviously the end of the year videos, beginning of the year videos. So these are my options, and hopefully I'll get to them, but honestly, probably not. But the ones that I'm going to start with, the ones where I only have to finish 1 book, there is a very high possibility that I will finish them. The first one is actually The Soulmate Equation. So I'm going to be reading The True Love Experiment for the Goodreads Choice Awards. It's going to be not the next book, I'm going to read the one after that. And this is a series of just 2 books. So once I finish The True Love Experiment, I only have to read The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren to finish this series off, so it's very easy for me to finish this one. Next is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So I read yours truly for the Goodreads Choice video. You see why I will not finish my goal. It's because of the Goodreads Choice Award. I added a bunch of series on my currently reading. But anyway, I did enjoy yours truly, and I have very high hopes for Part of Your World. Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue. I read the first two books in the Souls trilogy by her, and this is the last one, and the one I'm very much looking forward to. This is a paranormal demon witch romance, actually. The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. This is a book that has been on many and many a TBR. Once again, it's just one book to finish off a trilogy. So I'll just have to buckle up and get to this one, and hopefully I will. This is very high priority for me. And then this is not one book, but the Holly Knights series by Li Zhikou. I still need to read 3 novellas to finish that series off. It's novellas. I'll fly through them. One of them actually is a Christmas novella, so maybe I'll save that for the Christmas vlog. But I still need to read The Christmas on the 13th Floor, Mother's Day Inn, and Labor Day Chronicles. Even though these take place around the holidays, like the holiday is not very prominent, so I can read these anytime I want, really. But I do want to finish off this series. It's just an easy series for me to finish because it's only novellas, so these 3 equal 1 book, really. These are the priorities as far as series are concerned. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are maybes. First one are the Kings of Sin series by Anna Huang. So I read King of Pride for the Goodreads Choice Award, so I still need to read the first one and the third one, which are King of Wrath and King of Greed. I'm most excited about King of Greed. That is a second chance marriage and trouble story, and they have been very set up in King of Pride, so you're very much looking forward to that one. They're not big books like her Twisted series, so I could fly through them. Next are some bigger books, which are the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. So I read Final Offer for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I did enjoy that one. And I still need to read the first and second one. So the first one is Fine Print, and the second one is Terms and Conditions. So yeah, these are like billionaire romances, and they revolve around this Dreamland, which is basically Disneyland. So these are the heirs of the Dreamland kingdom, I guess. The Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score. So I read Things We Hide from the Light for the Goodreads Choice Awards. You sense a theme here. And I still need to read the first and third book. So Things We Never Got Over and Things We Leave Behind. I do have to say, because I read Things We Hide from the Light, it did spoil major plot points for Things We Never Got Over. But I'm still very excited to read that one. And Things We Leave Behind was very well set up in Things We Hide from the Light. But once again, these are ginormous books. I think maybe it's smarter for me to prioritize smaller books, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. If like really with December, I have a couple priorities, but other than that, I just want to go with the flow and see where either random number generators take me, or like Wheels of TBR take me, or just what I feel like reading. The Game Makers by Cressley Cole. So I read The Professional earlier this year. It was not my favorite, but I was very much looking forward to reading the second and third book, which are The Master and the Player. So I read the entirety of the Immortals After Dark series by Cressley Cole, and that is one of my favorite series. And my plan this year was to actually read all of Cressley Cole's backlist. That didn't happen, but I do want to eventually read all of her backlist. Next, there is the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. So I read The Deal and the Mistake earlier this year, and I want to finish it because I want to read The Graham Effect. And in order to do so, for me at least, I have to finish The Off-Campus and The Briar U to start the Next Gen series. So I still need to read The Score, The Goal, and The Legacy. So we'll see if that's going to happen. Next is the Hellions of Havisham series. I read the first one, and I did enjoy it, but it was not my favorite, and I still need to read the second and third. Plus there's this novella. I believe it's a prequel novella that, yeah, once again, it's a historical romance series, and I love reading those this time of year. The Nashville Neighborhood series, also still need to read 3 of those. So I read The Doctor and The Frat Boy, and I still need to read The Pool Boy, The Architect, and The Good Girl. And these are pretty summary, but I do want to finish them as soon as I can. So, I mean, if I'm not going to read them in December, I'll probably get to them in January or February, which is still not the summer. But I don't want to wait until the summer of next year to finish them because I did definitely enjoy this series. And then last but not least is the Castles Ever After series by Tessa Dare. Once again, a historical romance where I only read the first book. Yeah, I love Tessa Dare. I love her historical romances. I know I'm kind of savoring them because she hasn't published a book in years, but I do want to eventually get to all of her backlist. So, yes, this is, like I said, I wasn't lying when I said an absurdly large December TBR. Like I said, I'm not kidding myself. Usually I get to between 12 and 19 books. That is kind of what I've been reading this year. And like I said, like a whole week's worth is me probably just going to be reading one, maybe two books. And those are not going to be books because I believe by then I've already posted my favorite books of the year. So that those are going to be either rereads or books where I'm like, I don't think they're going to be my favorites. Like, for example, The King of Scars duology. I just have a feeling it's never going to be my favorite. So that was a tangent. What did I want to say? Yeah, so I definitely don't have high hopes of getting to half of these, but these are just my options. And I would really love to know, just steer me in like the right direction. Which one of these would you recommend I prioritize? Because that would definitely help me out, especially with the Christmas novels, but also with the series. Which one, like which series do you want me to finish the fastest? Was that even a word? Anyway, what are your priorities? What are books that you need to get to by the end of the year? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. Definitely leave me a like if you did. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.